How long has it been since we've waltzed?
Oh, Gomez. Hours.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most compelling, believable, or extraordinary romantic connections in film.
Gently.
At a time like this, that's all you can think to say. Gently.
Gently!
Number 20, Kat and Patrick, 10 Things I Hate About You.
How you doing?
Sweating like a pig, actually, and yourself?
Now there's a way to get a guy's attention, huh?
My mission in life.
In this Shakespeare adaptation, Patrick Verona is paid to date Kat Stratford. Things don't start off well considering the circumstances. Despite their testy beginning, the two seem perfect for each other. It also helps when Verona makes a romantic gesture to woo Stratford.
Let me love you.
Through parties and paintball games, these characters can't seem to get enough of each other. They both share similar interests, alternative personalities, and confrontational attitudes. It's a relationship so strong that it even survives the inevitable reveal. Even after all of the deception, this duo seems destined for each other.
It's not every day you find a girl who'll flash someone to get you out of detention.
Oh, God.
Number 19, Jackson and Allie, A Star is Born.
Don't you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah, I do. I don't like it, but I understand.
Oh, I think you like it a little bit.
He's a grizzled veteran and she's the upcoming talent. In their first moments together, they already seem like a match made in heaven. Jackson Maine might be fighting his inner demons, but he definitely has time for his new love. He supports Allie Campana in her dreams and through her early career highs.
You always said you like my nose.
I love your nose.
It's real big up there.
I wish it was bigger up there.
Needless to say, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are a fantastic pairing. Their characters have this artistic passion that binds them no matter the obstacle. Even as the road looks dire for Jackson, Allie shows that she loves him despite his faults.
Never love again. Oh, I'll never.
Number 18, Baby and Johnny, Dirty Dancing.
Good, don't break. Don't break.
It's hard not to see how these two fell for each other. After constantly dancing together, Baby and Johnny develop a romance. They clearly have an attraction that goes beyond their basic rhythms. Moving in lockstep, these two have a flirtatious energy in their routines that lives up to the movie's title. When her overprotective father tries to keep them apart, Johnny stands up for his partner with a famous line.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
By the final number, the two show off their love with even the slightest glances. The iconic lift only reminds us that this bad boy will do anything for his protege. Number 17, Han and Leia, the Star Wars franchise.
Can't get out that way.
Looks like you managed to cut off our only escape route.
Maybe you'd like it back in your cell, Your Highness.
In the original film, Han Solo and Princess Leia Organa seemed light years apart. The sequel explores the possibility of their romance. One is a scoundrel and the other is royalty, but their attitudes are surprisingly compatible. Their strong personalities are tested through dangerous missions and escapes. By the end of The Empire Strikes Back, they seem hopelessly in love.
I love you.
I know.
Organa reunites with Solo in Return of the Jedi after searching the far reaches of the galaxy for him. It also helps that these actors ooze charisma when they're together. Through words and actions, this pair shows why they're one of sci-fi's great loves.
I love you.
I know.
Number 16, Loretta and Ronnie, Moonstruck.
That's the bad blood between you and Johnny?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, but that's not Johnny's fault.
When we meet these characters, neither seems to be in a good spot in their life. Loretta wonders about marriage, and Ronnie reels from his tragic personal life. When they pour their hearts out to each other, it's clear that they have an electric chemistry.
He could make you look the wrong way. You could lose your whole head.
I'm looking where I have to become a bride.
A bride without a head.
A wolf without a foot!
Their passion spills over into heartfelt scenes that showcase their bond. Nicolas Cage and Cher might seem like an unlikely pair, but they prove that opposites attract. The opera sequence is just one example of their strong connection. Even with their wild families, the couple survives all kinds of drama.
Yes, Ronnie, in front of all these people, I'll marry you.
Do
You love him, Loretta? Ma, I love him awful. Oh, God, that's too bad.
Number 15, Jane and John, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Perfect timing.
As always.
This fun premise pits a married couple of assassins against each other. While it seems like a toxic setup, the movie works because of the duo's chemistry. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie bring their star power to an action adventure. Considering their off-screen relationship, the actors make it easier to imagine these two characters in love. Jane and John are believable in both tense and intimate scenes. While they're flirtatious in quiet moments, they also have entertaining banter during gunfights and chases. Mr. and Mrs. Smith lets the stars breathe and connect in between the scenes of violence.
But you can handle it together. So far.
Yes, we can. So far?
Leaving room for the unknown.
So far.
Number 14, Edward and Vivian, Pretty Woman.
Hey, Sugar, you looking for a date?
No, I want to find Beverly Hills. Can you give me directions?
Sure. For $5.
Ridiculous.
When a businessman needs a date, he hires an escort. This doesn't sound like the start to a great romance. Thankfully for audiences, Pretty Woman creates a convincing argument with two good performances. Julia Roberts brings depth and personality to her character Vivian Ward, playing opposite Richard Gere's suave Edward Lewis. Both characters can't help but fall in love after having a romantic time together. In the necklace scene alone, Gere and Roberts bring an amazing energy to a small moment. This helps to make the ending payoff all the more authentic. While it might be something of a fantasy, this couple grounds the entire movie.
So what happened after he climbed up the tower and rescued her?
She rescues him right back.
Number 13, Buttercup and Wesley, The Princess Bride.
Farm boy, polish my horse's saddle. I want to see my face shining in it by morning.
As you wish.
Even though they're separated, these two characters long for each other throughout The Princess Bride. Wesley searches far and wide to save Buttercup from her captors. He's already shown her undying love, but the couple then prove they're made for each other. Buttercup even throws herself down a hill after her beloved partner. They both bring plenty of charm to their scenes, standing up for each other no matter the situation, from the fire swamp to the pit of despair.
Wesley, what about the ROUSs?
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
The two reveal many times over that their love is definitely fit for a fairy tale.
There have been 5 kisses that were rated the most passionate, the most pure. This one left them all behind.
Number 12, Gomez and Morticia, The Addams Family.
It's a miserable night.
I know, darling. Seance weather.
Through the twists and turns of this series, these two are always in love. Gomez and Morticia Addams have the eternal spark that never seems to go out. Whenever they find a moment to themselves, the gothic couple relishes in each other's company. Their obsession with darkness and death only brings them closer together. Even in a graveyard, the two find a reason to rekindle their special romance.
Our lifeless bodies rotting together for all eternity.
Cara mia.
Both actors play the parts to perfection and with all the sincerity of a drama. Raul Julia and Angelica Houston are charming as ever, making you believe that the Addams family could be real. Number 11, Evelyn and Rick, The Mummy.
Oh, I don't like him one bit.
Anyone I know?
Oh. Hello.
With all of their adventures, these two still find time to fall in love. There's clearly some serious chemistry between bookish Evelyn Carnahan and the rugged Rick O'Connell. During their encounters with ancient Egyptian forces, the librarian and the adventurer make some genuine memories together. Their rocky start turns into a high-octane thrill ride that includes boats and battles.
There goes that we again.
Listen to me, we have to do something. Once this creature has been reborn, his curse is going to spread until the whole of the earth is destroyed.
Carnahan and O'Connell also save each other from doom frequently, showing that they're willing to fight for each other. They might not marry until the sequel, but these heroes have something truly special in the original film. Number 10, Celine and Jesse, the Before trilogy. Richard Linklater's Before trilogy is able to capture the way relationships evolve as we grow and age, and all the cynicism that can bring.
But if you want true love, then this is it. This is real life. It's not perfect, but it's real. And if you can't see it, then you're blind. All right, I give up.
But the films wouldn't work nearly as well as they do without the intense chemistry between Jesse and Celine, played to perfection by Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy.
Must be like him in your dream and you in mine or something.
And what's so cool is that this whole evening, all our time together, shouldn't officially be happening.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's why this feels so otherworldly.
The structure of the films is set up to convey a deep connection, two people having interesting and passionate conversations over the course of a night or an afternoon. Hawks and Delpy's contributions to the material cannot be overstated, both helping with the screenplays and bringing their personal lives into the story. Perhaps that's why their chemistry feels so grounded in reality.
I feel I was never able to forget anyone I've been with, because each person had their own specific qualities. You can never replace anyone. What is lost is lost.
Number 9. Ennis and Jack, Brokeback Mountain. We'll never get over this story about two lonesome cowboys or the beautiful chemistry at the movie center. Ennis and Jack have a complicated relationship, to say the least, and playing the characters to their full potential couldn't have been an easy task. But Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger were more than up for it.
For how long?
As long as we can ride it. There ain't no reins on this one.
So, where did all that natural chemistry come from? Well, the two already knew each other, but director Ang Lee said he thinks their innocence really helped carry the movie through. And we think he's right.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Then why don't you?
The actors play well off of each other, but they both have an earnestness about them that jumps out even when they're trying to hold back, making for a compelling romance.
Sometimes I miss you so much I can hardly stand it.
Number 8. Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, Pride and Prejudice. Elizabeth has bewitched Mr. Darcy, body and soul. And honestly, their chemistry has us feeling that type of way too. Pride and Prejudice begins with Darcy and Elizabeth at odds, but that initial distaste only gives their relationship and affection for each other more time to grow.
So what do you recommend to encourage affection?
Dancing. Even if one's partner is barely tolerable.
Keira Knightley and Matthew McFadden both really lean into the yearning aspect of the love story. Plenty of long, lingering looks and titillating hand flexes in this one, folks. But what really sends this dual performance over the top is the way both actors are able to effortlessly handle the dialogue.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
Are you rejecting me?
I'm sure that the feelings which, as you've told me, have hindered your regard will help you in overcoming it.
They throw every ounce of romance, bite, and intelligence they have at it. And we love it. Most ardently.
You have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. I never wish to be parted from you from this day on.
Number 7. Diane and Lloyd, Say Anything. In your eyes, the light, the heat. Be honest, you started singing along. We all know the boombox scene by heart, but we shouldn't forget about the wonderful romance that leads to that moment.
I just can't have any social life right now.
Don't worry about it. We're just having coffee. We'll be antisocial.
Be friends?
Yeah. Potential.
Diane and Lloyd don't seem like a match made in heaven at first glance. He's a bit of a slacker, she's top of the class. He doesn't have much of a plan for anything. She plans everything out to the letter. But from that very first phone call, you can tell how charmed they both are by each other. From his nervous rambling to her responding bemusement.
By the way, I wanted to just tell you that I lived in England for 3 months. And my parents live in Holland, so we lived in England. And in Germany, I could give you an enormous amount of tips.
John Cusack and Ione Skye really nail that exciting butterflies in your stomach beginning part of a relationship that we all love so much.
Nobody really thinks it will work, do they?
No. You just described every great success story.
Number 6. Maria and Tony, West Side Story. Love at first sight is difficult to convey effectively. But with a little help from Stephen Sondheim and Leonard Bernstein, Natalie Wood and Richard Beamer were able to do just that as Maria and Tony in West Side Story.
You're not thinking I'm someone else.
I know you are not.
Or that we've met before?
I know we have not.
This classic musical follows the Romeo and Juliet-esque pair as they try to be together despite interference from their respective families and friends. The actors have plenty of moments where their over-the-top attraction shines through. The fire escape scene certainly comes to mind for one.
And what was just a word is a star tonight.
But the moment they first meet really shows just how strong their connection is.
You're not making a joke.
I have not yet learned how to joke that way. I think now I never will.
As they dance, they're unable to take their eyes off each other. Number 5, Elena and Alejandro, The Mask of Zorro. Not only do these two have physical chemistry that's off the charts, and how could they not, have you seen both of them? But their fighting chemistry is pretty incredible too.
Give you the proper instruction.
I have had the proper instruction since I was 4.
In The Mask of Zorro, Antonio Banderas plays Alejandro, a thief training to become the new Zorro, and Catherine Zeta-Jones plays Elena, the original Zorro's daughter. The two meet while Alejandro is undercover at a party, and the spark is electric. But while we love watching their choreography when they dance, the way they move in tune with each other when they sword fight is spectacular.
No bite at all.
Number 4, Annie and Jack, Speed. The non-stop action in Speed might be heart-pounding, but the chemistry between Keanu Reeves' Jack and Sandra Bullock's Annie is heart-fluttering. Jack and Annie's relationship starts off quite intensely.
It's a game. If he gets the money, he wins. If the bus blows up, he wins.
What if you win?
Then tomorrow we'll play another one.
But I'm not available to drive tomorrow. Busy.
They are, after all, trying to stop a bomb from exploding on a speeding bus. An experience like that is bound to bring you together in an incendiary way. But Reeves and Bullock are able to find the heart of the characters underneath all the wild action stunts.
You're not gonna get mushy with me, are you?
Maybe. I think I might.
And we love the quiet moments between them just as much as we love the jaw-dropping ones.
You didn't leave me.
Didn't have anywhere to be just then.
Number 3, Monica and Quincy, Love and Basketball.
One game, one-on-one.
For what?
Your heart.
Playing a one-on-one basketball game for your relationship may seem a bit dramatic, but by the time you get to that pivotal scene in Love and Basketball, you're already so invested in Monica and Quincy it doesn't matter. Things between this couple aren't always easy. When you grow up together, there are bound to be some growing pains.
If I stayed, I wouldn't be starting.
Or at least you got your priorities straight.
I never asked you to choose.
You never have to.
We adore how Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan show the characters' affection for each other, even in their bad times, though. And going back to that one-on-one game because we love it, the actors effortlessly capture the couple's chemistry with their athleticism as well. Seriously, who knew so much could be said with a simple basketball game?
Hey. Double or nothing.
Number 2, Allie and Noah, The Notebook. Ryan Gosling has effortless chemistry with a lot of the actors he's worked with, so it was difficult to pick the one we wanted to put on this list. And while we almost went with the connection he shared with Emma Stone in Crazy Stupid Love, nothing beats Noah and Allie's young love in The Notebook.
You want to dance with me?
Sure.
For all the magneticism between the two, Gosling and Rachel McAdams didn't get along for much of the movie's shoot. The actors' strained relationship obviously works well for the scenes when the characters are older and have more history.
Now I hate you, you
Well, I hate
bastard.
you. If you leave here, I hate you.
What?
Hey, you
I
if
never
you leave
paid any
here.
attention to anything that's been happening.
I guess not. I think I must have misread all of those signals.
I guess you did.
But the scenes between them as young Noah and Allie are utterly joyous and exuberant. They also dated in real life, so they must have gotten over whatever it was.
Now say you're a bird too.
If you're a bird, I'm a bird.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Romeo and Juliet, Romeo and Juliet. These actors play a convincing version of the star-crossed lovers.
If my heart's dear love, I swear Oh, Juliet!
Lucy and Jack, while you were sleeping. Even after all the lies, these two realize that they're soulmates.
I need to ask you a question.
Get down on your knee. It's more romantic.
Sally and Harry, When Harry Met Sally. The classic rom-com brings out the best in Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
You see? That is just like you, Harry. You say things like that and you make it impossible for me to hate you.
Sean and Mary-Kate, The Quiet Man. This stormy romance plays out with believable tension. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Rose and Jack, Titanic. Once again, we will never let go of this couple. As Jack and Rose, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet have such an easy chemistry, it's no wonder the two remain good friends today. But you might be surprised to know that the actors were forced to get extra comfortable with each other right off the bat. The first scene Winslet and DiCaprio filmed together was the famous nude sketching scene.
Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls. Wearing this.
All right.
Wearing only this.
Of course, the characters are feeling a little bit of discomfort during this moment, which is appropriately conveyed. You can't help but wonder if having to film this steamy scene first paved the way for the rest of the actors' effortless connection.
Open your eyes.
I'm flying. Jack.
Which movie romance made you swoon? Let us know in the comments below.
No. He's looking at you, kid.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.